If only I could combine this with this.
Well, now you can with the Chatmaster Fart Blaster 9000.
It's called that?
Well, no, but it can fart on command. Chatmaster, fart for me.
Even Alexa can do that.
True, but let me show you what else it can do.
What is up, guys? My name is Eric J. Coons. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a review on something called the Chatmaster Cube, which sounds like a 90s cartoon villain, but I promise it's not. The company who makes this claims it is the world's first dual AI smart home assistant. That's a mouthful. But is it true and is it any good? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. So here it is, the Chatmaster Cube. It's a pretty small box. Let's open it up and let's see what is inside. Ooh. Ugh. Okay. First on the top, you've got the actual Chatmaster Cube, which is actually a lot smaller than I thought. It's got 4 buttons up top. Looks very similar to the Alexa, which makes sense because it makes a lot of use of the Alexa plus ChatGPT. We'll get into that in a second. So here's how it looks. It feels pretty good. It's a little lighter than I thought. I would expect it to be a little heavier, but seems like it's solid built. It comes with a USB to USB-C cord. And then last but certainly not least, because I know we're gonna have to use it, the Chatmaster Cube user manual. All right, let's set it up and test it. All right, so first things first, we are going to download the app that accompanies this device. It's called the Chatmaster Speaker. Oh, Bubba, I gotta test this. I gotta test it out. Mwah. All right, guys, now it is time to test this little guy, and I've got him right next to the router. So we've got the best internet possible just to make sure that we're giving it the best chance of succeeding that we can give it. First, I'm gonna test it out just with the Alexa side of it, just to make sure, and it already turned on, just to make sure that the Alexa part of this machine does work, and then we'll move on to the ChatGPT section, because there's a different way to prompt that. Hey, Alexa. Play Star Talk Radio with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Getting Star Talk Radio from Amazon Music. Resuming Season 8, Episode 78, Human Augmentation with Adam Savage and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But eventually you can think of, you can sort of add more things
Alexa,
to it. You can add...
Stop. I love me some Star Talk. Okay, one more test just to make sure that it works pretty well with just the A-word side of things. Hey Alexa, what is the square root of pi?
The square root of pi is roughly 1.772453.
Pretty fast. Awesome. All right, now we are going to move away from Alexa and we're gonna move over to the ChatGPT side of things. So for this, we have to prompt it by saying the word Sunny, like S-U-N-N-Y. Hey Sunny, and it'll light up green. What is the square root of pi? So this one's gonna take a little bit longer because it's having to connect with ChatGPT, then turn it around.
Pi is approximately 1.7724538591.
Okay, that was pretty cool. But of course, I just asked it the same question as I asked Alexa because obviously it could do the same. So it's pretty cool how good it switches back and forth between Alexa and ChatGPT, otherwise known as Sunny. Let's talk to it like it's a person and see how it responds. Hey Sunny, how are you doing today?
I'm an AI, so I don't have feelings or experiences, but thanks for asking. How can I assist you today?
I just stubbed my toe and I'm wondering what's the best remedy to make it feel better?
Severe pain, changes in color. Consider using a bandage or tape to loosely buddy tape the stubbed toe to the adjacent toe.
I'm actually really impressed. It sounds really cool. I mean, I know that ChatGPT has this functionality, but this is a little bit different of a voice, and it just sounds so good. So whether this is OpenAI doing this voice, or whether it's the Chatmaster itself, it sounds really cool. Hey, Sunny, tell me a short story in 4 sentences. I want to do something that kind of makes it think and have to create something creatively.
In a small, forgotten village, he activated it, and the clock began to tick backwards. An old clockmaker discovered a hidden mechanism inside an ancient clock that had stopped ticking centuries ago. with trembling hands, reversing time within the village's boundaries. For one fleeting night, the villagers lived their most cherished moments once again. Time resumed its normal course, embracing lost loved ones under the moon's curious gaze. As the first rays of dawn touched the ancient clock, leaving behind a village filled with new hope and old memories, forever changed by a single night of borrowed time.
That was a pretty good story. So this is pretty cool. I almost feel like this could be your friend on your desk without actually being a robot. As you know, on this channel, I do a lot of AI robots, and I feel like this is a very pretty simple alternative to those if you don't want something that looks like something. Although I'm probably gonna put googly eyes on this thing, but. All right, so I'm gonna prompt it a few more times, but I'm gonna do it off camera because the prompting sometimes takes a really long time and it's a little bit long-winded with a lot of its answers. So I am gonna go ahead and do that, but you're not gonna have to wait because check it out. We're already to the review.
Ooh, I see him down there.
All right, time to review the Chatmaster. So I'm just gonna quickly run through some pros and some cons, and then I'm gonna get to a cost breakdown just so you guys know exactly how the cost of this thing works, because it's a little bit more complicated than I thought. But let's start out with the cons, because I like to get the bad out of the way first. So con number one is the difference in volume between ChatGPT when ChatGPT is talking and Alexa when Alexa is talking. Kind of like the birds being very loud in the background if you can hear them. I'd really like it if somewhere in the app you could control the volume of both, and maybe that's something that's coming, because something I didn't mention in this video was that the app is still in the beta phase of it all, so that will probably get fixed and added, but that's something I'd really like to see. Con number two is kind of along those same lines. I'd just like to see more functionality in the app. Like I said, it is in its beta phase, so I can't really judge it or call it an actual con of this product, but I will say I would like to see a lot more functionality inside the app. The last con is something I'm gonna get to a little bit into the cost breakdown, but I always have an issue when things that you buy have a subscription fee that come along with them as well, and this one does have a subscription fee. However, there's a way to get around it, but I'll talk about that in the cost breakdown. Let's move on to the pros. So pro number one, the speakers are pretty darn good. They sound a lot like the Echo Dot. They're kind of on par with that technology. Pro number two is kind of what the whole thing is for, which is the ease of switching between ChatGPT and Alexa. It's just super easy to prompt it with Sunny, or it's easy to prompt it with Alexa, and it picks up really well. I think I only had one time where it didn't hear me say Sunny while I was reviewing this thing, so it is very responsive, and I feel like the technology in it is really good. Pro number three is the price. I think that whenever I review items like this that are AI integrated, sometimes they overinflate the price by a lot, and it's not really worth what you pay. But for this, currently right now it is $69, which I think is pretty on par as well with what Amazon charges, only this also has ChatGPT built into it. Lastly, I do like that in the app they do have this functionality where you can switch between languages. I think they only have like 4 or 5 right now, but I think they're gonna be adding a lot more later on down the road as this thing improves. Okay, so outside of the pros and cons, the last thing I wanna touch on is the cost breakdown, because it's kind of weird. So as I said, this thing is $69 right now. It's kind of like the early bird special. It's originally $99. However, if you buy it right now, you get the 30% off. And the $69 price tag makes sense to me because it does come with ChatGPT and it's not just a regular Alexa knockoff. But here's the catch, because with ChatGPT, the company has to cover the cost breakdown of paying for this many licenses. And so without going into too much detail, I'm just gonna put it right here on screen. As you can see, you pay for a certain amount of hours of ChatGPT 4. If you buy at this early bird price, you're also going to get early bird subscription prices as well. But here's a little secret.
Best thing about a secret is secretly telling someone your secret.
You can bypass the subscription costs if you really want to. Now, my first thought with this was, why wouldn't I just use a service like Zapier to connect my existing ChatGPT account to this device? Well, it turns out you don't need Zapier, which would cost you also a monthly fee if it's not a basic connection. That's for another video. But the company actually makes it pretty easy for you to take your current API key that you can get from your ChatGPT subscription, if you have one, and you can enter that API key into the app where you don't have to pay subscription fees. You can just have your GPT connect directly to this and bypass all that, just pay the $69 for the early fee, and bam, you've got your device. Overall, I think this is a super clever device. Now, I do think that in the future, this may have some competition between Amazon just integrating AI into its services and not even using ChatGPT ChatGPT, but as of right now, I think ChatGPT is one of the most user-friendly and easy to use AI chatbots right now. And so to have that integrated in with Alexa, I think that's really, really cool. And I think for at least the time being, this is a really good product. Now, if you'd like to pick one of these up, I will leave a link down in the description below so that you can. I'd like to give a huge shout out to UTech, which is the company that makes the Chatmaster, for sending me this to review. And I also want to give a huge shout out to you guys out there because we're getting close to 12,000 subscribers, and that is really exciting. And if you're not already subscribed, because most of the people that watch my videos are not, please hit that subscribe button and support me. That would mean the world to me. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna leave right here one of my other AI videos that I think you're gonna be interested in if you liked the Chatmaster. Peace out, keep exploring. I'm Eric J. Coons. I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna go battle the Chatmaster in the pool.